Okay, the aim of today is to get the gearbox put onto the bike. So I'm going to clean it up a little bit. I've bought some bolts because the old ones were done. And we've got the bolts to be able to fit it on. I've bought 2 extra ones, and what I'm going to do is, I'll just turn you around. What I'm going to do, I've got 2 longer bolts that I've bought, and we're going to fit them in here and here as like sliding bolts, so we can slide the gearbox on. And then I've got to try and line up the splines. I might have mixed myself a bottle because I've dismantled the whole rear, like where the shaft drive is. Because I've took that off, then I can't turn the spindles. I'm going to struggle to turn it, so I'm going to try and put it back on. If that doesn't work and I'm stuck, then I'm going to have to reassemble the whole final drive and then fit it on. So we'll see how we get on. Okay, what I've done off camera, I've just sawed the heads off these 2 bolts so I can use these as like a guide to slide the gearbox on. What I'm going to do first is just put a bit of grease onto like these little bits that the gearbox slides onto, just to help it. There's a little one there. I'm just going to drop a couple of bits onto the gearbox of this, and then we're going to just there's a special grease that I had to buy just to use for this and the splines, and then we're going to slide it on. This was the grease that I bought. Right, I'm going to get a bit on the end of the gearbox. Let's have a look while it's not sliding on. Shit, I'm going to push the bike over. Right, the spindles are aligned now. Now the problem I'm having is getting these to line up. Yeah, let's say that's doing it. Nice one. Right, now if I get the two top bolts in. Oh. Right, what we're going to do now is nip it up so it sits flush with these bolts. I think it's the smaller ones going at the top. So we'll just get it nipped up and then we'll do the torque settings. Right, that's in. This top one in. Just not tight, but it's just nipped on. Then we'll do the torque settings. So get these guide ones out now. They've really helped with doing that. All I did was cut the heads off, thread them in just loosely so they're not too tight, and then I could use that as like a guide to be able to slide it on, and it's worked really well. So we'll hang on to them in case we need them for anything else. Right, the next two in. Again, these are two of the smaller bolts, I think, and then the two big ones go in at the very bottom. That needs a wash around. Two bigger ones. Might have to move everything so I can get down there. I think that's where it goes. Let me need to lie on the floor to see. Yeah. Put this one in first. Then I'll do the other side. That's just in finger tight. Got the other one in. It's the other long one. That's it, isn't it? to get down on my hands and knees to do this, to get this in. Oh. Right, that's in finger tight as well now. So now what we'll do is get the torque wrench. I'm not going to use my put my weight on that. Get the torque wrench out, and then we'll start nipping them all up. Right. I think what I'm going to do is try and go in a cross face pattern because it's so I don't warp it. This top right one to begin with. There we are. Right. I'm going to have a think now about what we do next. So the options that I've got are we either reassemble all of the final drive, but that I haven't stripped that down yet. That needs stripping down and respraying and everything. Or if we start to, there's a bit of wire and stuff that plugs into the top of here to ground it. And if we start rebuilding the throttle bodies, what I'm unsure is what to do. I'm going to have a think about it and I'll make my mind up and then decide what we're going to do next. But thanks for watching.